Hey you guys, today we're gonna make some elderberry syrup. Yes! Hey you guys, this is Jen from Epic, Empower People, Empower Change, where we give you plant-based living and money tips. So yes, today is elderberry syrup. It's the season of the flu. Yes. Okay, you don't want to hear me sing. All right, yes, it is time to boost our immune system because it is flu season. So we are going to make some elderberry syrup, and I'm going to teach you how to make this with 4 simple ingredients. Now, I do make it, I put a lot more ingredients in it, but I'm just gonna make it easy for you, okay? So today, we will have some echinacea, very good immune booster for your body. We are going to put in some of our elderberry. Of course, dried elderberries. And last but not, oh, excuse me, not last but not least, almost there. Cinnamon sticks, delicious. Yes, some Ceylon, that's the one I recommend. That has the higher quality and also great for immune boosting. And then honey, not vegan, or it's controversial in the vegan world. So if you prefer to do straight vegan and you're like, nope, honey is not my thing, you can use maple syrup, you can use sugar. It's all on you. But when we make it, I've been making this for about 9 years now, we put honey in ours. All right, so I wanna go back to this amazing ingredient, elderberry. There has been a lot of scientific research out there that has shown elderberry is very powerful against the flu. So please don't sleep on this elderberry. It is exceptionally good for you. And there is tons of research out there about flu and elderberry. So, and some extra tools that I have just to show you. Of course, I have a funnel and I have my strainer and I have some cheesecloth. And I have a bottle to put it in. And of course, I have some distilled water, because this is what you're gonna make it with. You wanna try to use some very clean water when you make it. Also helps to preserve it while it's in the fridge, instead of using tap water. And then honey is the most amazing preservative ever. You know, even ancient honey from 2,000 years old, you can still eat it, even though mine's not 2,000. Honey. All right, you guys, so let's get down to business. All right, you guys, as you saw, I have a 16-ounce jar, amber jar. You can also do this in a mason jar. I've made it in mason jars. I just have tons of these because I sell elderberry as well. So I will use that for it. And the first thing you want to do is get your metal pot. Try to get you something that is metal versus that non-stick, just to prevent any chemicals releasing into the elderberry syrup. You know what I mean? I'm gonna go ahead and pour 2 cups in here. Actually, I'm gonna do more because it's going to evaporate because of the boiling. So I'm gonna put some extra in there, actually a little bit more. Okay, make sure my stove is on high to get that going here. Okay. And next, you can just go ahead and pour all your ingredients in if you want. I have my whole dried elderberries. I'm just gonna pour that into my cup. So again, I'm doing 16 ounces, so I'm just gonna do a half a cup of elderberries. Elderberry, these are dried, so just remember they're dried, okay? So they're pretty much concentrated. So go ahead and pour that in there. Whoop. A half a cup of elderberry. The water's gonna be purple. And then I'm going to do a half a cup of echinacea. Again, echinacea is amazing for your immune system as well. And then for my cinnamon sticks, I like it pretty cinnamon. Sorry, wrong way. Cinnamon. All right. So remember I said use Ceylon. So what I'm gonna do for these sticks is I'm actually going to break them up, okay? Just to release more cinnamon flavor out of it and make sure they are all broken up. Okay. All right, almost there, almost there. Can smell like cinnamon. All right, so I have that in here. All I'm gonna do at this time, and I'm gonna stir it around to mix it all together. See, my water's already purple. So we're just gonna let this boil and we'll be right back. All right, you guys, as you can see or can't see, it is boiling like a swampland in here. Looks pretty funky. So at this point, what you can do is, what I recommend is that you put it down to a simmer, okay? So right now it's on high, I have it boiling. So I'm gonna turn it down to like low to simmer, and then I'm going to just go ahead and cover it and let it simmer for about 30 minutes, okay? And let the dried elderberries expand, all the vitamins and nutrients get expanded out into the water. I know some people are like, well, you're boiling it, you're killing it. No, you're not, y'all. It's not like that. Trust me when I say this. The elderberries are 100% fine. The echinacea is fine. And the cinnamon sticks are fine. You just want it to simmer at this point. So give it about 30 minutes and then we'll be back again. All right, see you in a minute. All right, your elderberry syrup is in the making. I should have been brewing for about a good 30 minutes for you. You can do longer if you want, but you see it's a beautiful deep colored purple. And you could take a masher if you make mashed potatoes. You could take a masher and just start to mash the elderberries some more so they can secrete some more of their amazing juices that is gonna boost your immune system. So I do this a little while. Oop, don't wanna spill elderberry on the floor. I do this a while to squeeze out some of the elderberry. Looking good, looking good. And we're almost done. This helps with the cinnamon too, crushing it. Cinnamon doesn't melt, if you didn't know that. It does extract some of the spices to make it cinnamony. Is that a word? Cinnamony. So as you see, everything is literally the color purple. Great movie, by the way. Color purple. Who told Hoppo to beat me? Let me leave y'all alone. All right. So I'm pretty much done with this elderberry. Now it is super hot. So of course I cannot do my other part until it cools down. So what you want to do, you want to of course turn off the stove. Ooh, got quiet real quick up in here. That was my stove making all that noise. And we're gonna let this sit and cool off some. Cool off some so that way we can go on to our next step, okay? So as you see, it is very, sorry, that was probably really loud to you, but as you see, it's very deep purple and beautiful. Look at all that purple, good elderberry richness that is gonna make your body scream with immune boosters here. Okay, so, all right, let's cool it down so we can move on to the next step. All right, you guys, so my elderberry mixture has cooled down. I don't want it cold, I want it warm. Why? Because we have to melt this honey. It has to mix well with the honey, so don't make it cold, just warm. All right, so the next part of this is the cheesecloth. Have you ever used cheesecloth before? Well, buy some and you'll use it for the first time ever. Or I also have a French press. Now, I did bring out my French press just to show you another way to squeeze out the mixture to prevent the, the ingredients from getting your syrup. Some of you may have this at home. I actually bought one of these because I've been making it for about 9 years now, elderberry syrup. And this is a contraption that you put the mixture inside here, okay? And you pour it in and you put this down and you push it down and it squeezes all the ingredients to the bottom. And then you're able to just pour the mixture out into your bottle. And this has worked very well over these years. I actually use a cold press now for it. Cheesecloth, as we talked about in the beginning in the ingredients, this is probably gonna be the most inexpensive thing to buy. If you're making this once in a blue moon, you may not wanna invest in a French press. If you do, I'll have a link down below where you can buy one. Or you can just go to the store and get some cheesecloth, okay? And I'll put that on Amazon too. You can get that from Amazon. I'll put a link down below as well. But this is kind of like old-fashioned way of doing it to me, where you'll just put the mixture in the middle of it and then squeeze out the juice, and the ingredients, the mixture will stay in the cheesecloth because this is like kind of like tightly woven. All right, you do want to layer it a couple layers to make sure none of your mixture gets into the syrup. So those are the two ways to do it, okay? Nowadays, because I make a large supply for people, because I make it and I sell it, we use a cold press for that. All right, so let me show you what to do in order to get your mixture squeezed, separated from the liquid from the ingredients. So I'm going to just move this to the side so you can see the cheesecloth. All I'm gonna do at this point is I'm actually gonna layer it a little bit. You know what I'll do? I'll do some with the French press so you can see it, and then I'll do some with the cheesecloth so you can see how both of them work. Of course, the cheesecloth is a lot more messier, but it's all good, it's all good. That's why I moved away from it years ago. So all you're gonna do is cut your cheesecloth. I did double layer it just to make sure I'm able to capture as much liquid as possible. Okay, I'm gonna bring my bowl over here. All right, you can wear gloves because your hands will be purple for a little while, okay? So I have my mixture here and it's warm, so I'm not too concerned about it. So I'm gonna grab some of the mixture, okay? Because I wanna squeeze out this juice that's, within the ingredients. So put some of that on here, and as you see, it's dripping down already. So all I'll do is I'll fold it up like this in the cheesecloth and squeeze. See how it's coming out? Okay, make sure your hands are really clean when you do this, or wear gloves. Of course, when we sell it, we don't do it like this at all. Okay, be very clear about that. All right, this is to be just for my family. All right, so when you squeeze it, the ingredients are pretty dry. You can give it a couple more squeezes to get it going. So all I'm gonna do with my dry ingredients is toss it in the trash. Boom, I got the trash can down there. All right, I'm gonna do it one more time. So again, I'm taking my cheesecloth. I'm gonna take some of the ingredients in here. Yummy, yummy. Pour it in my cheesecloth and give it a good squeeze. As you see, all that purple, yummy, yummy, good love, body loving stuff. And I have my dry ingredients, so I'm just gonna dump that in the trash. Now, let me show you the French press, so that if you have a French press, please, by all means, use it. I moved away from cheesecloth, like I said, many, many years ago. But it's definitely useful if you don't, make it that often. So I have some of my elderberry in there. So for this, I'm going to just open up my French press, take out the lid. Definitely is a lot easier doing this. All right, sit this down. I'm going to, with this, I can just pour the ingredients in. because it all can go in here, baby. It is now empty, yes. And all I'm gonna do is take my French press. This is very fine wires here, okay? Very fine wires. So all I'm gonna do is make sure all that's in there. Take this and press down, okay? Voila. All of the ingredients are at the bottom, and all at this point I'm gonna do is pour it out. Look at that. Isn't it beautiful? Look at that. Beautiful. All right. I'm gonna give it another squeeze. Make sure it's at the bottom. And then pour some more. Looks like I got it. Okay. Still dripping. It's purple gold. You don't want to lose any of this purple gold. You know what I mean? All right. So I have my elderberry syrup in there. I don't know if you can see it. It's there. So at this point, I'm gonna push this to the side. This has been cleaned out. Make sure if you purchase these, I'll put links down there if you like amber bottles, how to get them from Amazon, okay? So make sure you clean them out. I use vinegar and I boil water. Boil water and vinegar, shake it up, let it sit there, and clean itself really well, okay? So at this point, all I'm gonna do is take some honey. Again, not vegan. Use maple syrup or sugar if you want strictly vegan, okay? I'm gonna pour some honey in here. And I, do it to taste. I don't put too much honey in there. And elderberry is pretty bitter, okay? It's pretty bitter. So you're going to want to sweeten this up. All right. I would say about 1/4 of a cup, 1/4, right? 1/4 cup of honey or maple syrup or sugar. Okay. I've been doing it for so many years that I seriously, I don't measure anymore, and except for when I'm making it to sell it, to be fair with people, my ingredients. But because we make it so much, this is our honey. You see this? This is what I'm talking about. We eat a lot of honey. And this is because we bake it, but also we eat honey in a lot of teas and everything else. Just wanted to show y'all that. So don't let this little bottle deceive you. We are really honey lovers here. So I have my honey in the bottle. What to do next? I take another strainer to make sure that I'm not putting any ingredients in my syrup. So I sit that like that, like this, like that. I'm Tabitha. All right. And all I'm going to do now is pour it into the bottle. All right. So I poured all my elderberry in there. Put my other contraptions over there. And remember, it's warm. I have my honey down there. So at this point, what I'm gonna do is shake, 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 shake 'em all up. I don't know that song, y'all. Don't. I was always that kid that butchered songs. My sister would pick on me all the time. She was, that's not the words, Jennifer. That's not the words. It is my world. Right, Tanyelle? Mm-hmm. That's what I used to always tell you. So at this point, I'm just shaking away, shaking away, shaking away, shaking away, trying to mix the honey with the elderberry syrup. This is definitely a simpler recipe than what I actually make and sell. So check the link down below. You'll see what we sell. We actually put a lot of extra ingredients in there to boost that immune system a lot more. Lots of testimonies we get from that elderberry syrup. So thank God for that. So shake and shake and shake. As you see, beautiful bottle of elderberry syrup, okay? Fill it to the top. And now, taste test. See how good this is. And why not boost my immune system while I'm at it? Very delicious, very delicious. So, there you have it, elderberry syrup. So simple, it's actually pretty simple. Now, if you don't feel like making it, don't feel like buying all the ingredients, definitely check the link down below. Jay and I make it. We definitely wear gloves, we wear masks as needed. We actually use cold press to press the elderberries out. A lot of extra immune boosting ingredients that we place in it. So check that out down below. Now, if you have any questions, if down below, please comment down. I'll definitely respond to you to answer your questions as best as I can. I hope you enjoyed this immune boosting series part. I don't know, but it is very important for this season. So take some elderberry and enjoy. Now, don't forget to like and subscribe down below so you can get some more amazing plant-based tips and money tips. This is Jen from Epic. Empower people, empower change. Bye, you guys.